Hello everyone, how are you? So today is our second day of school. 1, 2. Can you count to 2? 1, 2. Put up 2 fingers for our second day of school. Awesome. So today we are going to learn about some rules that we have to follow either at school or for a lot of you are at home. So rules we have to follow at home to make sure that we're safe and that we are learning. So if you're ready to learn, put on your brain caps, your thinking caps, put them on. Are you all ready to learn? Great. All right. So we are going to read a book. The title is David Goes to School. And the author, which is the person that wrote the book, is named David Shannon. So he wrote this book. What do you think this little boy's name is going to be? David, right, because the title of our book or the name of our book is David Goes to School. So even though some of you are not actually going to school and we're learning through the computer or our phones, we still need to make sure that we're following these rules so that we are safe at home. All right. So there's our title page, which tells us the name of our book again, David Goes to School. Who do you think this is? Looks like it might be the teacher. All right. So there's a little drawing. Who is that? David, say, hi, David. Good. So it says, David's teacher always said, no, David, no yelling, no pushing, no running in the halls. So do your parents sometimes tell you that? Don't yell, don't push, don't run, because we have to stay safe. And it looks like he's running right now. Why do you think it might be a bad idea to run in the house? Yeah, because you could fall and get hurt, or you could run into, if you have a brother or sister, you could run into them and fall down. It's not a good idea, so we have to stay safe. That's why we make rules, so that we can stay safe and make sure that we are learning. All right, so there's David. Let's see, what is David doing? It says, David, you're tardy. So tardy means that he is late. So he is late to school. Have you ever been late to a doctor's appointment or late to something? So that means he didn't show up at the right time. So that's why his teacher said, you are late. Uh-oh, look at David. Look at his face. He's making a silly face. Can you make a silly face back at David? So he is being silly. But guess what? It's time to learn and he's being silly. Is that a good idea? No, we can't be silly when we're trying to learn. So his teacher says, sit down, David. So he is standing up and being silly. So sometimes it's okay to be silly and have fun, but sometimes we have to sit down and learn. So is David making a good choice? When he's making good choices, let's do a thumbs up. And when he's making bad choices, let's do a thumbs down. So right now, it's time to learn. And what is David doing? He's up being silly. Is that a good choice? Say, no, David. Let me hear you say it. Good. No, David. So he needs to sit down so he can learn from his teacher. Oh my goodness. What is he doing? Oh, what is that? That looks like a mess. So he is chewing bubble gum. Oh no, and he's making a mess with it. Is that how we chew bubble gum? No, we keep it in our mouths. So his teacher said, don't chew gum in class. So if we're on a Zoom session or learning, we shouldn't be playing with gum, should we? No. So is that a yes, David choice or a no, David choice? Yeah, it's a no, David choice. Yeah, that's kind of icky. We shouldn't play with gum like that. All right. Let's see what else David is doing. What is he doing? So we talked a little bit about this yesterday. If we need to say something, should we just shout it out? No, we can raise our hand so Miss Klein knows that we want to talk. Because if we're all talking at once, it's hard to hear and Miss Klein doesn't know who's talking. So on Zoom, we have to raise our hands. And he is just shouting out. He is yelling. And look at this little girl. Is she making a good choice? Yeah, she's making a good choice because she's raising her hand. But David is yelling out. So his teacher says, David, raise your hand. Let's practice raising our hands. Look at all of you. You are so smart. Kiss your brains. All right. So David shouting out. Is that a yes David choice or a no David choice? It's a no David choice. Oh my goodness. What is David doing? So it looks like he has paint and he's rubbing it on this little girl. Oh my goodness. So if you paint at home, do you think it's a good idea to rub it on your mom or your dad or your brother or sister? Is that a good idea? No. No. His teacher says, keep your hands to yourself. So should we ever put our hands or hit our friends or our brothers or sisters? Do we ever do that? No, we don't do that. Say no, David. What is David doing? Oh, so he's looking out the window and he's not really listening to his teacher. So his teacher says, pay attention. So if we're ever learning on our computers and listening to Miss Klein, we need to make sure that we're listening and paying attention. So right now, is David making a yes David choice or a no David choice? Yeah, say no, David. That cloud is pretty cool though. What do you see in the clouds? See a dinosaur, and what's this? A car. So sometimes we can look at clouds and we can have fun, but when it's learning time, we have to put on our learning caps and pay attention and listen to Miss Klein. All right. So in this picture, David is throwing his food. So please tell me, at home, when it is lunchtime or breakfast time, do you throw your food? No, that's not very nice. So his teacher says, do not throw your food, David. So is that a yes David choice or a no David choice? No, David. No, we shouldn't throw our food at home. That's not very good. All right. Look at what David's doing. So he is playing the drums. Can you play the drums? Boom, 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 boom. He is being super loud when it is reading time and it's learning time. Do you think that's a good choice? Say no, David. No. When it is learning time and our learning caps are on, we need to be listening. We can't be playing the drums and yelling. And look, this little girl is upset because she can't learn because he's being so loud. All right. Oh no, what is David doing? He is using his crayons and drawing on the table. Do we ever draw on anything but paper? No, so at home we can't use our crayons to draw on the tables or the walls. No, we can't do that. We only draw on paper. So is that it? Right now David is drawing on his desk. Is that a yes David choice or a no David choice? Yeah, no, David. We only use our crayons on paper. So look, his teacher made him clean all the desk because he wrote on his desk. So she said clean up. So if you do write on something, you're gonna have to clean it up. It's not a good choice. So she says, David, have you finished? Look at all those sparkly desks. So do you think it's a yes David choice or a no David choice that he cleaned up his mess? It's a yes David choice, right? Look at his teacher. What is she giving him? What is that shape? A star. She's giving him a star and she says, good job, David, because he cleaned up his mess. Cleaning up after yourself is a yes David choice. So cleaning up your toys or your room or your work, your schoolwork, if you use your crayons, putting them back in the box, that's a yes choice. So she gave him a gold star. She said, good job, David. Can you all say, good job, David? Good. All right. And then she said, yes, David, you can go play now. So I just want you to remember that when it's learning time, we have to listen to Miss Klein. So put on your listening ears. You're looking at Miss Klein and you have your thinking cap on. You're ready to learn. And then when it's all over with, you can go play. All right, so I want you to be thinking about some of the rules and some of the things that David did in this book. Some of them were no David choices and some of them were yes David choices. So think about the rules you have at your house when you're learning to help keep you learning and safe. All right, have a great day, and Miss Klein will talk to you later.